Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic Volume 5, Episode 8. Today we have a hybrid genre we're going to be taking a look at. This is not a nori-nori, nor a Norikabe, both of which we have covered here on the channel before. But instead, this is a Norikabe, which will have a little bit of both in it. And to see what I mean, we will take a look at the rules. In a Norikabe puzzle, we will shade some dominoes of cells, dividing the grid into regions. Dominoes, as you can see, are placed throughout the grid, and they, as the next rule says, do not touch orthogonally. Shaded dominoes may not touch orthogonally. Orthogonally means horizontally or vertically, so it's okay that these two touch diagonally, but once we have a domino, we are not going to shade any of the up to 6 cells surrounding that domino. Clues cannot be shaded, and every orthogonally connected area of unshaded cells contains exactly one clue, the value of which represents the size of the area. This is taken straight from Norikabe, and you can see that in this 5 cell, this 5 clue is in a 5 cell region exactly. The 9 cell is in a 9 cell region exactly. And we have no regions with 2 clues, nor do we have any regions with no clues. Those are the rules of Norikabe, so it's time to solve a puzzle. Today's Norikabe puzzle was set by Eric Fox. We can start like we would in a Norikabe puzzle by marking these cells as unshaded and noting that anytime we have 2 clues that are separated by only 1 cell, that 1 cell must be shaded. So that's going to be the case in both of those areas. And we will need to grow this region and this region because they need to be 5 and 4 cells correspondingly. This 5 is going to grow to north, this 4 will grow to the south. We've got a couple shaded cells that are heavily constrained, and since it's a Norikabe, not a Norikabe, these are dominoes, as in a nori-nori puzzle, and we are going to need to grow that to be exactly 2 cells and stop it there. We'll do that same thing here. This cell and that cell will also need to become dominoes. We don't know which direction yet, but regardless of the direction, this cell is going to be unshaded. Same thing down here. Regardless of which direction, that's unshaded. We've got a completed 2 clue. We can box that in, and these things have to be dominoes, so let's make sure that's the case. And then we have to grow these other 2 to become dominoes and box them off. The 4 has to extend and will be done. And this will become a domino that we will extend. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells in this region. So we've got to box it in with shaded cells, and those 2 are already dominoes. So they are both done. This region needs to have a clue, so it will need to extend, and now it is done. It is met up with the 4, which is its size. So box it in with 1 domino already and 1 thing that will need to become a domino. We need to extend this region to find a clue. We've done so, and that is a full 4. So let's box that in. We have a domino, and we have a single cell, but we know which direction it goes to become a domino. That seems to be our refrain on this puzzle. We've got 18 is going to cover this whole swath, it looks like. So the 5s are really the question. How can these 2 cells be 5 cells? They're going to have to connect to this because there's not enough there's just enough room to have 5 unshaded cells without using those, but no way to divide them. So these 2 are going to have to connect to these 2. And now that we know that they're connected, there's only one way to do that, and that's through this cell. There's not enough room to go anywhere else. So those are connected. We're done with the 5, so we can box that in. And we've made 2 dominoes. That forces this to be unshaded, meaning we're done with this 5. And I think we're basically already done with this puzzle because this domino is done. Unshade those. That means this domino has to continue south. Unshade its friends. And now we just have to, well, we can do this a couple ways. I think the easier way to do it is these two have to extend out here at least. And now we have to count. And I know what the result's going to be without even doing it, but let's do it to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that will disambiguate the fact that these are not further unshaded cells, which would make this a 20. They are shaded, making this an 18. And that is how we solve a Norikabe.